to Help Me BJD episode 6, Doll Kits. You might have noticed a large gap from 5 and 6. We moved and I got a new job, so very busy times. We were at Otakon. It was fun, and one of you came and talked to me. It was very cool, so thank you. By the way, I am not writing on Tomopov anymore because of time constraints with having a job now. So don't look for me there, but don't worry, there will still be Help Me BJD videos, hopefully on a more regular schedule now. So when you buy a doll, you're going to need more things than you might think, unfortunately. You want some things that will help you take care of them and keep them in good condition, and some things that will just help you enjoy them more. So I'm going to give you some ideas on what you might want to have. I don't have all of these things. It's just ideas. Take what you think sounds good. Don't take what you think sounds extraneous. And if you have any ideas I didn't mention, I would love to hear them. So just leave me a note down there in the comments. So, on that note, when you buy a new doll, you're going to really need some things for it right when it arrives on your doorstep, or else it might be a little awkward. You're going to want at least one outfit for them when they arrive, because otherwise they'll be naked, and that might be a little not very fun, or just maybe embarrassing if you have a roommate or something. So you're going to want at least one outfit, and you might consider getting one that's more comfortable, easier to get on and off of them, because if you have an expensive, finicky outfit, it might be hard to get on and off of them, it might get stuck in things, it might reduce your doll's range of movement. So maybe for your first outfit you might consider sort of something simple, but it's up to you. You're going to want a pair of shoes, unless you don't mind them barefoot. And you might want to get one that matches a lot of different things, so you don't have to buy another pair for a little while. So maybe, I don't know, white or black, something more simple. You're going to want a wig, because a bald doll is usually not the world's most beautiful thing. If you bought them a really fancy wig, you might also want a cheap fur one for them to wear while you're not displaying them or doing things with them, just so the expensive one stays nicer and longer. You're going to want a pair of eyes and eye putty. You have to look out, because some doll companies don't send you a pair of eyes with your new doll. For example, Soom, my Loa, didn't have any eyes, and that's usually a pretty creepy thing, is to have a doll head with just nothing in the eye sockets. Kind of gross. So make sure you have a pair, even if it's just a cheap pair, until you can pick something nicer. And you need eye putty to secure the eye. So you can buy eye putty from a doll company, or you can go to a drugstore and get your silicone earplugs or kneaded erasers. There's plenty of substitutes. Sticky tack. You're going to want your doll to have a face-up if you don't intend to do your own, or send it out to someone to do one for you. Keep in mind that your face-up is pretty much never free. If you want one, you have to select on the listing that you would like one, and you have to pay for it. So if you're not getting one, keep in mind that your doll is not going to look like it does on the listing, where it's going to have a face-up. So make sure you're ready to either do one or have it lined up with a customizer to send it away, so that you're not sitting there for a long time with the doll with no face-up. So that's what you need for your doll to be welcome home. Now for some safety and upkeep items. You're going to want, as I've mentioned in the past, probably a silicone head cap. What that is, as I've explained before, it's like a little dome-shaped piece of silicone, and you fit it over the doll's head, and it helps secure the wig to the head and also prevents staining. Wigs can stain both resin and vinyl dolls. It's worse for vinyl, but definitely still happens for resin dolls. And it's usually kind of a problem because if it stains in the forehead area, you can't remove the stain without potentially damaging your face up. So it's a good investment, especially through eBay. You can find them for like $4 to $6, but usually doll companies ask as much for like $12 for one. So look around eBay, get one for as cheap as you can. You might want a doll carrying case if you plan to take your doll out. Some doll companies, rarely, they will send them with the doll. I believe Dream of Doll at least used to send you your doll in a doll case rather than a cardboard box. Or at least when I received one secondhand, they included a really nice carrying bag. So an ideal carrying bag for them is going to fit the doll without bending the doll's joints, which could put undue stress on them if you were to like smack something with the doll case. And you're going to want a little strap, almost like a little seatbelt for them, so they're not like going like this inside the carrier. You want them secure and not moving inside of it in an ideal situation. Some people make them out of violin cases for MSDs by removing anything inside that would secure the violin and just leaving the sort of velvety stuff and adding in a strap for them. They're really cute, so you don't have to go out and buy something. You can make something if maybe you have materials sitting around. You're going to want a face-up protector if you intend to move your doll from one place to another and you don't want to damage your face-up. So usually when you receive a doll with a face-up from a customizer or from a company, they will send one. It's like a little plastic bubble that prevents anything from touching the face. It looks kind of like a Slurpee lid, and you can use one of those. Just make sure you clean it, and you might want to double stack them for extra strength. Because otherwise, especially if you have external eyelashes glued on, those can get crushed when you're moving your doll around. You're going to want Mr. Clean Magic Eraser or an equivalent. Sorry, I understand people are telling me that they don't sell those everywhere in the world. But if I were to look up where every cleaning product was in every part of the world and like were to talk about it, it would take like 5 videos. So Mr. Clean Magic Eraser or equivalent. It's great for them. You wet it a little and you sort of just rub the stain, and it pretty much comes off. It's very good, but don't use it on a face-up because it can remove Mr. Super Clear and damage your face-up. Or, tattoo work, don't use it there either. If you have a vinyl doll, you're going to want some acne cream containing benzoyl peroxide, because if you have a stain on your vinyl and you just rub some of it on, like Clearasil is good, just rub it on and you leave it for a few days, the stain will disappear. It's magical. So before you go replacing the part, try the benzoyl peroxide. For restringing and hot glue sueding, you will need certain things. Your dolls need their string inside of them, their elastic, to help them pose well and to hold them together. For example, this Sue Maloa headless, when Sue sent it, they sent it shipped the tension is extremely loose. It helps reduce chances of breakage in root if it's looser. So a lot of companies, you have to restring it as soon as you get it. You'll see it's not the best situation. I have to take care of that. So you're going to have to restring from time to time to get the proper tension, and sometimes you'll need to entirely replace the elastics. If the doll gets wet, it needs new elastics because they will rot if the inside gets wet. the elastic will rot.